You're watching Lynn Community Television's 2023 City of Lynn General Election Results Show. Right now, we have volunteers at poll locations around the city waiting to send us numbers as soon as they can. Our panelists tonight are State Representative Dan Cahill, Magnolia Contreras, and Joe Scanlon.
Did that change?
Good evening. I'm Joe Scanlon. I'm treasurer of the Lynn Community Television Board of Directors. I'm a former city councilor, and I'm joined this evening by Magnolia Contreras and Representative Dan Cahill. And we'll be your hosts this evening, and we'll be giving you the election results from the boiler room here at LCTV. Mm-hmm. So, do you have any tidbits, Dan, to start us out with, or?
Well, it's an honor to be here with you, Joe, and of course you, Magnolia, on Public Access's top 15 watched show in 2023. We're very excited about that. And for results, we are having some predictions.
Or unofficial
We predict
results.
that two incumbents will lose tonight, and that is Councilor Rick Starboard and Councilor Richard Colucci.
They're not losing. They're not coming back.
Oh, you know, those are semantics, right? But they've had a great run. We're very happy for them.
And Ward 1 Councilor Wayne Lowe.
Oh, well, that's a close one. You know, you never know. Wayne could have pulled a last-minute write-in campaign. A spoiler. No, he didn't do that.
No, he didn't do that.
Well, he may vote for himself. That's okay. It's okay. Joe still votes for himself for mayor. We know how that went. So, what do you think? This has been quite the election season.
It's interesting. You have two open seats, and anytime you have an open seat in a ward, you're going to have a contested election, and it's actually there's three open seats. Mm-hmm. And so so all three will be contested, and they'll all probably be closer than they were in the preliminary. It's usually what happens historically in the city.
Well, there's a big race. What do you think, Magnolia? You live in Ward 1. What's your prediction? I'm kidding. No prediction.
No prediction. No, I think it's still very exciting for those wards and a couple, one of the at-large races. I think people are excited about that. Mm-hmm. School committee.
School committee is going to be very interesting.
That's going to be very interesting because it's a significantly large field.
It's first time in a long time there's been 12 candidates for the school committee.
Yes, that's very exciting.
Yeah.
I think folks have been working hard.
I think so, too.
I think it's a good sign for our city.
They've been spending some money, too.
You did the research, didn't you?
I Googled.
You Googled.
Yeah, I didn't chat GPT it, but I did Google it. It looks like, as far as expenditures go and raising money, this year's top fundraiser was Councilor Nicole McLean. So she raised about $28,000 this year. Wow. Which is a significant amount of money.
For at large,
it's a lot of money.
It is.
Yes, and she was followed closely by Don Castle, who raised about $25,000. So, and those are the two folks that, from the primary, were kind of battling for that last at-large spot.
That's great. I would love to hear from her. What was her strategy in fundraising? Because women tend to have a challenging time fundraising generally, and that's a pretty strong plan that they executed. And
actually, council at large is hard to fundraise.
Yeah, well, but to
put women, female on top of it. But the nature of the beast of the council at large position, it's more difficult, I think, to fundraise than a ward council or mayor. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, you appeal to a much larger base, obviously.
Yeah. But you don't have the interest groups that you would have in a ward or a mayor or something like that.
That is true.
But that could be what made a difference with Nicole. She's been working at this for how many?
Yeah, well,
she's been working at this for several cycles. I'm going to say 3, but it could be
2,
more.
But,
and I think that probably speaks to that too. But I'd love to hear from her sort of where the
well, she definitely had an effort going fundraising. Yeah. You could see that by the mailings and emails and things of that
video.
nature.
She ran a very,
I thought a very good campaign.
very modern campaign. Hit the doors, like traditionally.
Yes.
But also, I know she's a product of the Emerge program, which is a program that's run statewide, and they recruit women to be candidates, and they teach them how to run campaigns, and they have a support structure.
Correct.
And I think it's been fantastic.
We've
You've
got
seen a lot more
preliminary
involvement.
numbers. Preliminary numbers. These are
We
how
got some
they.
numbers in already.
No, those are from the preliminary.
Oh. Well, folks, if you're tuning in, these are not the numbers.
They're not the numbers. They're the old
These are
numbers.
the old numbers. Oh, boy.
People just had heart attacks.
I know. I just did too. I was like, wow, that was really fast for Lynn Cam. We promised to have the results within the next 2 hours. You probably know on Facebook before we do, but we'll work hard at that. So it looks also, as far as the ward races, and it would be interesting in the races that we're primarily looking at because there's several candidates that don't have any challenges, and we've brought them here tonight to ridicule them. And here they are, one by one. They're funneling in. Please join us over here. We have Council President Jay Walsh. We have Diana Chakutis, Council Ward 5. We have Fred Hogan, the Councilor of Ward 6. And we have our own paparazzi, Coco Allenson, who is the Ward Councilor from Ward 3.
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for coming. What is it that you want to share with the community?
We thought Dan might have numbers, he could tell us what's going on, but...
Jay,
we have the old
I hope you
numbers.
voted for yourself, because right now,
We do not have
you're
numbers.
not looking so good.
Yeah.
We just wanted to say hello, and congratulate everybody. And we're excited to see we're going to have some new team members, and the council's excited to meet who they would be and who they are, and we work with everybody, so we're kind of excited and waiting to see who it is.
Great.
And Coco, you must have something to say.
We had dinner on our way. We had dinner on our way here. It's an honor to be with these other three councilors. Diana was our driver, so we drove all over the city. We went to all the schools. We talked to all the volunteers and candidates, and just thanked them, because at the end of the day, the winner is the city. So if we all be together, unopposed or with opponents, we're all winners in the city.
I asked you to speak because Coco's a member of the LCTV Board of Directors.
I'm the vice president. Brag about that all the time.
Yeah, you certainly are. So, Council Vice President Diana Chakutis, you have something you want to say?
We're just waiting for the numbers to come in and would like to welcome the new members of the council. So that's about all we're waiting for right now.
All right, and Councilor Fred Hogan, this is your first time for re-election, right?
Second time.
Second time for well,
Yeah, someone told me that Dan Cahill's beat me 4-0 right now in Ward 6, and I'm very nervous of that. So,
I have voted many times in Ward 6, 4 times to be exact.
because you can't vote for an Eastland guy in Ward
but he
6.
doesn't even live there, so he can't serve.
We have to go to Westland to teach you how to vote.
And actually, you saw me.
Oh, you hear that? That's right.
Hold on here, Dan. It's the East Westland thing, right? Yeah, all right. Careful.
Hey, you saw me at work this morning.
I did. Freddie was out there making sure that our pipes are nice and clean.
That's right.
You're a good, clean
Yes,
piper.
I am. I'm very good. I'm number 1 in the number 2 business. All right?
And Coco's the Pied Piper of Ward 3.
There you go.
So,
Is he writing
So-
results now?
I am.
so they're coming unofficially. So, Jay, what is sort of the way that you orient your new colleagues if they join you? Because I think you could have some new colleagues.
Yeah, I think what we've done in the past with people that have come in that are new, we try to meet them even outside of City Hall, obviously. Try to have some discussions, just kind of give them a feel of what they're coming into, and let them know that it's not hostile. We're people that are excited to have new people, and and colleagues that we've had in the past, and people that are leaving. We're going to miss them too, right? But that type of camaraderie is what we have. And I think that's, when I first got elected, I saw some tough votes happen, and I was new. But what was really interesting about the council was that once those votes happened, everybody, we left them on the floor.
Yeah.
We shook hands, whatever side we were on. And I guess even tonight, if people are watching, that's what you can expect from us as a council. So,
Yeah.
Making the city first.
Absolutely.
That's the way it should be.
Yep. So I think that's the first thing. We'll just, tell them with open arms, we're welcoming everybody. And, there's some things to be learned. I thought I knew everything going into it, I guess, at times. But, you learn as you go. And we make mistakes too, and we're humans, and that's, we're going to embrace
When you're
it.
unopposed, you could admit to making mistakes.
Jay, for folks that may be new to this process and may not know, do the city councilors receive, or maybe Coco, you were the newer guy, do they receive some kind of orientation? How do they understand the issues of the city, I guess is my question.
Trial by fire. No.
Trial by fire. That's a good answer.
I would say that we'll bring people up to speed on things, but if you're running for office, I also believe you should probably know what those issues are coming in too, right?
Yes.
So I think and I think everybody here tonight probably knows what those issues are. I mean, they're pretty prevalent. It's tough to afford rents in the city, with, roads, it's a lot of the things that are very constituent orientated are the big issues. Sidewalks, roads. I hear about Linfield Street all the time. That these things are problems for people, and they're going to hear it too as new colleagues, and we continue to work through them. I mean, there's no golden book, there's no orientation that I can just open and say here, But we're going to be there to help anyone who's our colleague coming in.
Getting some results.
Got some results.
I can add, as the newest counselor, there's no new counselor 101 book. So I have to call Jay and Fred and Diana.
To get the history.
They've been helping me. We have one-on-one meetings. I also did a lot of research. So I went to a new counselor's training. There's a lot. So whoever's elected
Great.
after, you can reach out to us and we will guide them along the way.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We thank you very much. And is that it? I know there's a big party tonight at 18 Merrill Ave, if everyone wants to go.
19.
I'm sorry, you're right, 19. I always get that confused.
He's got a big sign, party's been moved to Bellevue Road.
Merrill Ave, huge party every year. Coco throws it. 19 Merrill, there's overflow at 18, but yours just start at 19.
We have some, we have some results.
We have some results.
I have some official results from Ward 1.
All right.
Do you have unofficial results?
I have unofficial results from Ward 1, but what do you got?
Okay, we can go to the Councilor Ward 1 race. Precinct 1-1, Jeffrey Newhall, 568. Peter Meany, 562, 6 write-ins. In the at-large race, this is the ballot order. Brian LaPierre, 570. Roger Garcia, 131. Brian Field, 744. Donald Castle, 524. Richard Felton, 72. Nicole McLean, 371. Hong Net, 519. Jose Encarnacion, 106. And 10 write-ins. That's all we have right now.
So I have some unofficial results from Ward 1.
Okay, go ahead.
These are unofficial.
Yeah.
It looks like Peter Meany may have won that race unofficially by nearly 200 and something votes. So it looks like he may have beaten Jeffrey Newhall for the Ward 1 City Council race. But this is unofficial.
Yeah.
But these are numbers from the campaigns themselves who were there, and they're tabulating it.
Yep.
So it looks like Jeff was at 568 to 572 in Ward 1 Precinct 1. It looks like in Ward 1-2, Jeff had Newhall had 322 and Peter Meany had 362. For 1.2A, Jeff Newhall with 49, Peter Meany with 107. In Ward 1 Precinct 3, Jeff Newhall 232. Peter Meany, 367, and then Ward 1 Precinct 4, looks like Jeff Newhall for 203, and then Meany for 210. These are unofficial. So it looks like 1,374 for Jeff Newhall, 1,608 for Peter Meany. Close race,
Close
as
race.
predicted. Very close race.
Yeah.
And both worked really hard. Jeff Newhall got in, as we knew, kind of closer to the primary. And Peter Meany really just continued on the gas the entire time. And both campaigns worked really hard door to door.
Yeah.
And if you'd like, we also have a prediction for Ward 2.
Yeah, I only have 2-1 here, and they're on the wrong line, so go ahead.
So it looks as though, these are unofficial, that Obed Matul with 837 and Elizabeth Figueroa with 468. So it looks like Obed Matul has unofficially looks like he may be the winner in Ward 2 as well.
Terrific.
So those are the two so far. So I know there's 3 big ones we're waiting for ward councilors.
Yep, and we're also
And then the
waiting-
at-large.
The
And the
at-large school committee. And
committee.
I don't see any school committee on this little,
Well, I hope people, if...
it's here, it's just, it's an operator issue. Okay,
and just a note to our friends out
here's the
there.
at-large graphics.
Currently, correct?
Yep,
Or is
yep,
this...
this is current.
All right, so that's, all right, it's shaping up to be
Well,
similar to what the primary was. And I think most people would predict that Don Castle and Nicole McLean was going to be a very close race. And it's going to shape up to be a very close one. So that might not be something, that might not be one that we can predict tonight. But the incumbents seem to be in pretty
I think we
good
hold
shape.
out on any predictions on those two, for sure.
I agree with you.
So is Brian right now top? No,
Brian Field.
Hongnet. Oh, yeah, Brian.
Brian Field.
well, that's,
Brian is
you got a very
14.
large vote out of Ward 1,
Yes.
so you're gonna,
And Brian Lapierre was the top of the ballot.
yeah.
So that always is a nice position to be in.
That's better. Well,
I love being number 1. I don't think I was ever number 1.
I wasn't, never.
I've been the bottom a few times. Oh, that happens.
Still got in.
Woohoo!
It used to be 1, 2, and last were the good positions.
Yeah, well, it's funny how
Yeah.
people kind of go to the ballot. If you do have predictions, if you do have numbers, it would be great, by the way, if you sent me the numbers added up, because sometimes I'm not the greatest at, and thank you very much for all the wonderful traditional pics and memes that people are sending me right now. Very hurtful. I can't even show you.
I will not read
I
it.
can't. It's vulgar.
It is vulgar. I think that the election season is a quiet one because there isn't a mayoral race.
That's
so
correct.
that has meaning, but it's still, heartening that people in our community are still willing to run for office, whatever that may be, school committee. Look at the numbers of people running for school committee, city council, and just want to be engaged in our civic space. I think that really bodes well for our city. I'm very proud of it.
It's a perennial argument. So I know that there's a ballot question in Salem to move the mayoral race from a 2-year to a 4-year, which we did that in the early 2000s, and then that was very helpful. And more so lately than ever before, I've heard a lot more chatter about moving most municipal races to 4-year terms. And then the Globe had an op-ed today or yesterday, where there was an argument to move all the elections to even number of years. So then you mix the state, you mix the federal, and you mix the city. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I think that people get lost.
I can't get it on this.
Yeah.
I think people get lost in the kind of candidate. Because down ballot positions that are always kind of hard to get attention for, especially like county.
Yeah.
I got a text on Ward 4, call on Ward 4, unofficial.
We got an unofficial in Ward 4.
Natasha Maggie Madry is the new Ward 4 councilor.
Any numbers?
I don't have, I just had a text that what the difference may be. It was by 84
What did
votes.
you-
It was about 80 to 84 votes was
Yeah.
the margin.
Dan, what did you have for 1-1 for Ward 1? What were your numbers?
For the 1-1, I think we do have the 1-1, and that
What did
was
you have
That was
there?
very
'Cause
close, 568 to 562.
correct. That was very
Yeah.
close. It looks as though Peter Meany broke away in 1-2A and 1-3.
Okay.
And it was 7 vote difference in 1-4. And I think in the primary
That's
that was
exactly the primary.
in the primary both of those candidates didn't do so
makes
well.
sense.
Here.
They did it.
Because
that's
Paul
what I
Guthrow
have.
did very well down in that area.
1-4.
Yeah.
I just got a text, someone sort of wanting clarity about that. So
Good.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Thank you.
And these are all unofficial until the official numbers are tallied.
Yeah.
But so it looks like we have some new councilors. We have some folks who are new to politics
This is great.
too.
Well, the two,
So Peter Meany is new. Jeff
the-
Newhall had served
the
before.
Preliminary until, right?
Correct.
From our standpoint, it
Assuming-
appears as if.
Yeah.
Assuming, right? So Peter Meany had never,
No
has
bad-
never held political office before. Jeff Newhall had. Donna Capola had
yep.
held, and Natasha has not. And both candidates in Ward 2 are new. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how they acclimate, how they like it. It's not an easy job.
Which is why I was asking sort of how do they help people prepare? Because, people know the issues. They're the big issues. But for some reason, Linfield Street is still a problem. It doesn't get fixed. Some of our issues don't get resolved. They don't have the solution. So what is the value add? How do they understand what the process is, what the history of these issues are, that really you can't put a bow on them because they're still here?
Yeah, but I
the
think-
perennial issues. And so that's why...
I think number one on something like Linfield Street is you got to understand where you are in the project. It doesn't happen overnight. I think the biggest acclamation for a councilor, speaking from personal experience, is to understand how the committees work, how the rules of the council work, your decorum, how you address other councilors, how you interact with other councilors. It's not the issue so much. I think it's, and you have had this experience.
Well, I think it's both, because I know that many people running today, who ran today, they want to try to solve whatever that means for them. And I think people come into it believing that they are an ingredient for solution. I don't think people run for office to say, I'm just going to add value, I'm going to continue the discourse. I think they come into it wanting to solve, and then they need to understand what the structure and the process is, and solutions get a little bit
The best orientation I ever got or ever received was from the city engineer at the time, Ralph Reed. He said, just because I went in there with a bunch of problems in Ward 1 when I first got elected, and he said, remember, anything easy has already been done.
Good point.
Good point.
That was very wise advice.
And Joe was initially a ward councilor.
Right.
From an at-large perspective, it is always helpful to have those ward councils that have been there for a long time. Because as an at-large, you show up with all these great ideas, and then the ward councils tell you why you can't do that idea, and then tell you don't mess around with their ward without them knowing, and then you realize very quickly that you're there as as support for a lot of the ward councilors, and you have to be very careful where you step, because you could step right into a big problem for yourself.
Yeah.
And having those ward councils that have been there for a while is so helpful at large. But here, it's reversed.
Yeah.
We're going to have 3 long-time ward councilors now retire.
Right.
So you have 3 new ones, and then a new at-large maybe, or maybe the same 4 incumbents. And I think now it's the incumbent at-larges that will lend a hand to some of the newer.
And it's also, when you get into this, it's also, it's not just the issues, it's also the political minefields that you could run into in a ward as a councilor at large. You could step in and interfere with something that may have already been worked out. You got to be very careful on that too, because a lot of this city government, what you see is, on the surface, is one thing, but the compromises that have to happen to get 11 or 8 people or 6 people to agree to something is something else.
So, we haven't heard much about the school committee. Anything going on there?
School committees.
I know it's a bigger race.
Here it comes, Dan.
Woo! Here we go. We got some numbers here.
Look at Sean. Wow.
Lorraine Gately.
Lorraine. Oh, she'll be so happy.
And Sean reads it.
And Andrea Satterwhite. I mean, this is pretty much how we
Lenny.
saw at the primary stage.
Lenny did excellent.
Yeah, so the top vote getter right now. So if we were going to if it was going to stay the same.
Sean.
Satterwhite killed it, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Gately, Pena, Reed, Satterwhite, Dugan, Castellanos, right now. And of course, that is, there was...
So Satterwhite's the only new, right?
Correct. One open, well, didn't Reed. There was one open seat vacated from...
Donna Coppola.
Donna Coppola.
Yeah.
And
Tiffany Magnolia is an incumbent, along with Lorraine Gately, Eric Dugan, Sean Reed, Lenny Pena, Brian Castellanos. So that'll be interesting. I mean, we have a new superintendent.
okay.
Oh, you get some news coming in?
No, we said updated wards, but we already called those, so he.
Oh. But yeah, we have here we go. Okay, so as that comes in. So unless something dramatically changes, it looks like
Yeah.
We're pretty accurate. I voted in Ward 2, Precinct 1, about 15 minutes before I came in, and I think I was 673.
Maggie Madre should be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, it looks like if the numbers hold up, she'll win by about a margin of 80 to 85 votes.
Which is a
Still
lot.
so low in that.
No, but it's a lot in Ward 4. Ward 4, just,
It's still low.
I've been in this business a long time.
And she's worked 2 cycles of
yeah.
elections.
Oh, I think more
for-
than that. She's run against Rich
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, I think.
and at large.
Maybe,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
school
a
committee.
lot.
School committee.
I mean,
School
I
at large
think
for school committee,
effort.
yeah, but as long
you
as
know,
I can remember,
500
going back to
people
the
to come on.
60s,
Yeah,
Ward 4 has always been a very low turnout ward. Always.
yeah.
There's not, and
Her
it's,
effort.
it's
feels
hard to
more-
get people
yeah.
to vote in Ward 4. It always
Yeah.
has been. It's
Yeah.
nothing, no reflection on anybody.
No, it's an area that has a lot of multifamilies where people are moving
Right.
a lot, and sometimes it's a place where
a lot of turnover.
a lot of turnover. Yeah,
And-
and that's why you'll see the pockets that have like
People aren't home.
4-1 and 4-4.
People are not home between 7 and 7 to
Yeah.
go vote, right? They
Well, now it's
leave
easy.
at
You can vote
certain
by
hour.
mail. You can.
Well, you know what?
Which is one of the positive things, but I think that it's people who are, in my understanding is people who are working super hard, may not be home, the 2-job, etc.
They remember
and
it.
this is
It's
not
Tuesday.
then they might sleep in Lynn more than
Yeah.
sort of be fully
Oh,
engaged as a
absolutely.
citizen.
Well, the whole,
'cause of-
you guys have changed a lot. I don't know if it was you in the legislature,
Yeah.
but
We've expanded a lot of voting
Right.
access to voting.
but it
has
used to
been
be
the right thing
that
to do.
polls opened at 10 in the morning.
When?
Listen to me.
It did.
10 in the morning.
Your generation was very lazy.
It was 10 in the morning, and we changed it. We had to tried to change it a few times to 7, and it was a big deal. To the 7 o'clock, it was a big deal, and I think the state legislature finally mandated 7
Well,
o'clock.
I mean, you could utilize. I mean, if you could manipulate the time and when people could vote. I mean, hey, come on down on Tuesday from
Yeah.
12 to 2.
We have a guest. Yay! Is it official? Must be official. Entre, por favor. Entre.
Hey, Ben and family. Come on in. There you go.
Entre.
Congratulations, guys.
Felicidades.
Much gracias, gracias.
The head of the campaign, the biggest worker in the campaign is that baby right there. Hi, mommy. How are you? Nice to
Great
see you.
job.
Congratulations.
Oh, you were Dad's secret weapon.
Atraen el micrófono.
Congratulations.
How do you feel?
I got a lot to
I want to ask you to make sure. Do you know if it's official yet that you won the award?
Yep, I'm pretty sure because that's what the receipt said over there in the machines.
Wonderful.
This is historic, right?
Yes, first Latino counselor.
First Latino
Congratulations.
council.
Wow.
Congratulations. You should feel proud.
I'm proud. I'm nervous. First of all, thank you for having us. Thank you to LCTV for having us. My wife, my dream team is here.
That's right.
I want to thank the Lord because He made everything possible. He pushed us. He helped us. I want to thank my wife and my campaign manager. Official title now. Yeah, they were there behind me all summer, all spring, every single day. We worked hard. We put in the footwork. We put in miles, and our hard work paid off. So thank you, Ward 2, for coming out for us. We promise that we're going to make you proud. Muchas gracias a todos los votantes que salieron. Quiero agradecerle a Dios, a mi esposa, a mi familia. Es un orgullo poder representar nuestra comunidad y estamos listos para empezar a trabajar. On my last round, I told everybody I worked hard all summer and I'm going to work even harder as a counselor.
Thank
Everybody
you.
knows it. Y muchas gracias. Trabajamos muy duro, muy fuerte y ahora vamos a trabajar aún más fuerte, ¿verdad, Lisbeth? ¿Quieres decir algo?
Muy tratada por Yusupol muy tratada por fueron a votar.
I see another candidate. I see another candidate. She is the best.
That's so sweet. She's grown up so much.
Yeah, she said thank you to the community for supporting the campaign. Another candidate.
The future.
The future.
Joe will still be here, though.
I'll still be here.
Yeah.
Y muchas gracias a mi familia, a todos los voluntarios también que estuvieron con nosotros. Thank you to all the volunteers and everyone who helped out. We couldn't be happier, and we're going to work even harder.
Okay, congratulations.
We are so excited for you. Congratulations. Hard work pays.
I just want to thank you, too, and also a thanks to Elizabeth Figueroa. The two campaigns that you ran were just from the go, positive, hardworking, traditional campaigning, door to door. I think I have more elastics left over from your campaign in my house. I have a big, elastic ball now. Thank you very much for that. But, credit to your team. I saw you all summer walking the neighborhoods. I think one time I went to take out the trash. I came back and there was a piece of mailing there. I didn't even know how you snuck up and dropped it off. But just congratulations. You did such a nice job. Really, I'm really proud of you. And we look forward to working together now.
I look forward to working with you as well. Thank you.
You know what I like to tell people? Call your ward counselor. That's my gift to you.
I also would like to acknowledge Elizabeth. She ran an amazing campaign. We both kept it clean and positive, and she put in a lot of work as well. We brought out the best of each other, and so thank you, Elizabeth, and good luck with everything too.
Well, I think you're going to bring a very nice perspective. Your whole family, being business owners. And being part of the discourse about where the city needs to go. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Your perspective, the Latino voice, the Latino perspective, and you as a small business owner is going to be really a change.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you.
All right, enjoy
Get some
tonight.
rest.
The calls
Get some
start
rest.
tomorrow.
The calls start tomorrow, and you got to call the state rep for Western
The worst
Avenue.
is over. You don't
We're
have
on
to
that
be
next.
nervous
We're working on
anymore.
Western Ave next. It's going to be a beautiful project.
Buenas noches. Congratulations. Descansen.
Congratulations. Such a nice family.
Beautiful. And the baby, come on.
She's so cute.
The baby's
She's been
always.
cute. Oh, she's going to be fantastic.
She was very clear in thanking the community for supporting them.
Isn't it nice when you see folks that are just genuinely, after all that hard work, just so excited to be able to do the job?
It's very
It is.
rewarding, and I think that's one thing I've noticed in this campaign this year. Is there's been a lot of enthusiastic candidates, very good candidates out there, several of whom, there's only so many can get elected, and I just hope the city doesn't lose these people and lose their interest, because oftentimes candidates don't make it the first time, but they can make it on another race or a second time around.
For me this year, the word very much is about diversity. We've had a strong case for diversity of women, diversity of people, business owners. Listen, we are really blessed in Lynn to have this, and I agree with you, Joe. I hope that the folks, even those that may not have crossed the line, are able to stay engaged somehow. And I think that's the challenge for our city, for them to stay engaged.
I think you want to read these, Dan, these results?
Oh, I'll have Magnolia if you want. She's got a clearer diction than I do. Marbles in the mouth.
So LaPierre is 4354, Garcia 1763, Field 4167, Castle 3415, Felton 826, Net 3904, McLean 4004, Encarnacion 2179. These are strong numbers collectively, I think.
And I just got word from the boiler room that all numbers are in. They're entering into the system now.
These are final?
Yeah, this was quick. LCTV broke the world record, and I
think it was when they hired AI to do it.
I think it's due to the command efforts of Rosario Fresco and her team in the boiler room.
That's why the books are always on point.
Can you put the graphic back up for me, please? I want to understand where.
Which
Castle,
graphic?
This one.
Yeah, so it seems like it's close.
It seems like it's.
With the four incumbents right now,
incumbents are winning.
That are in the lead at this point, and Don Castle very close. And we don't know where the numbers have come in.
We don't know what percentage.
Because you'll see some candidates that are stronger in West Lynn than East Lynn.
Oh, I see what you're doing. You're counting Nicole in the current counselor.
Correct.
She is a counselor.
I understand, but we want to make sure she wants to get elected.
This will be the first time that she'll be elected, as opposed to kind of I guess an
in-
appointment.
Appointment.
Yeah.
But
Well, one, because she was that
Okay,
next
here-
name.
correct.
But she
Oh,
wants her
okay,
own
well-
votes.
oh, these numbers keep on coming in.
Yeah, okay, school committee, Dan, you want to?
Well, it looks like we have Lenny Pena at 3,659. We have Sean Reed, a
He's
strong
one.
4,214.
Sean looks like it's
Sandra
number
Lopez at
one.
1,878. Eric Dugan at 2,864. Danny Richard at 1,678. We have Lorraine Gately at 4,029 votes. And then we have the next row. We have candidate Brian Brown for 1,715. School committee member Castellanos for 3,135. A newcomer, Andrew Siderwhite for 3,602. Judith Wilson for 1,626. We have Tiffany Magnolia, 2,169. And candidate Legusimon.
Yeah.
Am I saying that correctly?
Legusimon,
Legusimon at 1,062. But again, we don't know where these votes are pulling from, and
But right
some
now,
candidates
Sean-
have stronger pockets in other parts of the city.
Exactly.
Sean Reed is in the lead, and
Yes.
Lorraine Gately is second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some candidates transcend well across the city.
Yes.
Some aren't just, I'm the ward, this candidate or this side of the city, and some do really well citywide. So it'll be interesting to see as kind of we get other numbers in.
So, wow, this is a strong, did we think that the spread was that big? 1603 by Dr. Meany to 1374 for Newhall?
I think about 300 votes. Yeah, it
Is
was
that
about
what we
300
thought?
votes.
That's a
That
strong
seems-
win, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a guest in our studio who I know is super excited.
Wow.
And we love, please, the
Phone
microphone.
is right there.
You.
Sorry. Am I on camera?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Ward 4. I appreciate you. Yes, I won. Woohoo! Okay, I'm sorry. I'm so loud. Okay, first, I just want to thank God. Second, I want to thank my family. And then every single person that voted for me. I really, really appreciate you. I will represent everybody in Ward 4, and I'm so excited. I just can't wait. I can't wait to serve with the rest of the council. I just can't contain how excited I am. Yay! Thank you so much for
Congratulations.
everything. Thank you for voting for me and trusting me. And to Donna Coppola, I appreciate you running, and thank you so much as well. And I would love to have you as part of my team as well. Thank you so much for everything, Donna.
I want to hear what made a difference for you this go round. What did you do this year, this time?
I think for me, what made the difference is just like being persistent. I never ever gave up. I knew this is something that meant a lot, and I wanted to show my kids that no matter what, if you lose, you have to keep getting back up. That is what matters. So I'm just so excited. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for voting for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Natasha, we had some conversation earlier. This is your second try for Ward 4?
Third.
Third
It's the
try.
third time, yes.
And you a few times for school committee too. So,
Twice for school committee, yes.
So you do prove that persistence works.
Definitely.
That's congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a lot of hard work.
A lot of hard work. And for my family too, my kids especially, who've been knocking on doors with me. We knocked on 7,000 doors. So we really, really, really just don't give up. And I'll never give up on the city. I love the city of Lynn, and I'm so excited to be working with the other councilors. Yay! Thank you.
Councilor-elect, I just want to comment. Congratulations, first of all,
Thank
to you and your
you.
family. I know you've been working really hard at this for many years. It seemed like today in Ward 4 there was a good ground game, by both campaigns.
Definitely.
Which in the election like this, where you have only really 3 competitive ward races, really means the difference. So tell us a little bit about how you kind of attacked the ground game this time.
Absolutely. So Neighbor to Neighbor has been instrumental in helping me win. They are amazing, an amazing group of people. Thank you, Neighbor to Neighbor. I can never thank you enough. As well as Sarah, who was amazing as my campaign. She wasn't my official campaign manager, but she was my campaign manager. She was amazing. Thank you, Sarah, thank you so much. They are awesome. Thank you.
And Sarah's with Neighbor to Neighbor?
Sarah is part of Neighbor to Neighbor,
Neighbor.
but she was my,
Great.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank
Neighbor to Neighbor has been good to the city. They've been around for a long time, and Looks like they were very strategic this election with you.
They were
That's terrific.
amazing.
Where are you
Wonderful.
celebrating tonight? Are you on Merrill Ave as well?
I'm going to Estefani's.
Estefani's?
Estefani's.
On Union Street, right?
Yes, on Union Street. One of my favorite restaurants.
Club
I'll be
Euphoria
there.
afterwards? What's up?
Yes, that's what's up. Thank you guys.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm
Congratulations.
excited for you.
So
Thank you.
we look forward to working with you. You're the only counselor, I believe, that has 3 different state representatives you get to work with.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very exciting.
So she can play one off against the other, right?
Yes. Remember to call Peter first. And then if you don't get Peter,
Okay.
Jenny will answer the phone. And if not, I'd be happy to help you. I'm just kidding. Call me first.
Okay, you guys are all amazing, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Thank
you did it.
Thank you.
Go celebrate.
By the way, you have strong numbers there, so
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, look at those tomorrow when
I
you
will.
are rested, because that's really good. You did a
Thank
great
you.
job. You focused on that, get out the vote, boom,
Thank
you did
you.
it.
Thank you. And another major shout out to my family, my husband. I appreciate you and everybody who voted for me. Thank you. We did it. Woo!
Enjoy
You got
the
1 or 2
celebration.
days to celebrate, and then
Thank you.
you're.
Yeah, get to work.
Yes.
Some sidewalks you need to have fixed.
Yeah. That's one of the things you do. Talk about orientation. When I first got elected to the council, they used to have the councilors-elect sit inside the rail.
Oh, with the inkwells.
Inside
and,
the,
yeah.
no, there's a little
Yeah.
table there, and
Yeah.
and then it morphed and they sat in the audience. But they attend the council meetings,
Yeah.
or they should, till they get up to speed on the issues,
Yeah.
the procedures. It's more the procedures than anything.
Then they brought electricity in, and that was a big, big upgrade.
It was, but you know, we invented everything you rest your laurels on too. So
I've been stealing your ideas since 2004, Joe, and it's been a pleasure. I didn't bring the old
I am
pamphlets
going
this
to-
year. I should bring the old pamphlets.
I have old pamphlets that say Cahill for
You did
school
that
committee.
already.
Oh, there
You
was a
did
lot of
that
typographical
already.
errors on those. By the
Yes,
way,
that-
folks, if
that
you are,
hotline number.
if you are,
Where are
but
we
that
with
was
our numbers?
before-
Let's focus on what
before,
we're
you
here to
know,
do.
Word perfect.
Where are we?
Where are we with numbers?
Yes.
Do
Are we waiting for?
Well,
to the boiler room? Are we up to date?
Oh, at large, I think.
At large in school committee, do we have
Finalizing at large.
something? You know,
I would like to take a moment, if we could, to thank some of the councilors that are leaving us. So I'll start with the longest-serving councilor, Rich Colucci, who has been serving since the 90s,
he served with me.
before there was electricity.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Rich and his family. Talked to him just before I came into the studio. I tried to convince him to come down. He was going to send his twin brother and try to pretend that it was him.
That's how I got
Now
away.
we're starting to think that actually his twin brother has been sitting in the seat for 2 years. We're very concerned about that. But thank you, Rich, and your family, Carolina, and for the years of dedication. And you've taught me a lot, and you've bestowed a lot of wisdom to new counselors and ones that have been there for a while. So I want to thank Rich Colucci for his many years of service to the city of Lynn.
And you know, I hope that with some of the new folks coming in, that they take a minute, and hopefully he will be gracious, I think he will, to meet with them and give them a good talk about what this is about. He knows it better than anybody in the city, and so I think it would be great for him to be honored in that way with all the history he has.
Mm-hmm. And the texts, the Bible verses, they should definitely do that as well. It's a great experience.
Yeah,
And then,
so you served with Richie longer than I did, so.
he's the best. And then we have Rick Starbird.
He's just two of the city.
I want to thank Rick Starbird. Rick Starbird's been
Rick
my
is great.
ward counselor for the last couple of years, and I got to tell you, he's one of the best ward counselors ever to work with, and the amount of communication from Rick has been phenomenal.
Well, Rick also served a number of years in the school committee too, which, he's had a lot of service to the city of Lynn. We should congratulate him. And Wayne Losey, departing from Ward 1.
The Losey, this will be the first time in many, many decades that a Losey is not elected in the city, because
Well,
they've
also-
been around for quite some time, and his family has been dedicated their professional lives to public service. And
I told you, again, I served with his father.
And he's still.
They had electricity and plumbing then.
Well, I mean, congratulations.
Yeah,
And then
Vinny was a state rep. He had your state rep seat.
Was that before women could vote or after?
I can't remember that long
Oh my
ago.
God. So I'll tell you
the,
that Rick Starbird was a very, very special city councilor. I love Rick, partly because Rick really just, He thought a lot about how the issues were going to apply, not just to his ward, but to the city. And he was always very thoughtful. We always didn't agree, but his thoughtfulness and analysis really was one of the things that he brought to the table.
Yeah.
And I think that,
Lenny's
that'll be
coming in,
missed.
but-
That'll be missed.
Yeah, we'll miss him.
Yeah.
So before we go to Lenny, could I ask the boiler room if they could put up results for school committee? There seems to be a lack of communication here. There we go. All right, Lenny, you're on. Go ahead.
Welcome.
How we doing?
How you doing?
You must know what's going on.
I don't know. I just found out. Just came here and I am excited. I'm excited.
Yours is official.
Yeah. First, I just want to thank God, and my wife, my children, my family, and all my friends, all those who came out and voted and supported. I am truly, truly humbled. I am super excited and can't wait to tackle on the issues that we're facing with our schools today. And I'm just so happy, so happy. I am really excited.
This is your second term, right?
Yes, this
Will be a
my
second term, and
yeah.
we know who you are.
Yes,
You
sir.
have that.
And what's going to be different for you coming in this time? Last time, there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of things. What do you think about your approach to this
A
term?
lot of confidence and continuing to do the work that we started and looking to follow through and finish, complete a lot of the stuff that we started. New Pickering, that's all. That's the only thing in my mind. New Pickering
Great.
is safety for our kids.
Great.
Yeah, I am so
Wonderful.
excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You
Where are
worked
you off to
really
now?
hard.
Oh,
Coco's house,
There's a party
right?
on Merrill.
Yeah,
we're gonna go see my friend Obed, who made some history tonight.
you
Yes.
did.
First Latino counselor.
Yeah.
That's,
Correct.
That's very
That's right.
excited. Very excited. I just honored. I'm proud to be a resident of the city of Lynn, and the people came out, and I know Lynn is moving forward to some changes, and I'm so honored to be part of it. And I love the city. I'm just so excited. Thank
You worked so hard, Lenny, right? You saw
Yes,
your
yes.
hard work. You have worked
Yes.
hard since you ran last time.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
kept it up. You are focused on the work that you're doing in
Well,
the
I had
committee,
a
and I
lot of
think the
help.
city's thanking you for that.
I had a lot of help. I want to make sure I make it home safe.
Yeah.
My wife and my family, they helped me a lot. Man.
Wonderful.
So, I owe it all to them and my team and my family and my friends. And super excited.
Congratulations.
It wasn't a team effort. It was a team effort. It wasn't one solo guy.
Yeah, of course.
But thank you so much.
Wonderful.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Great to see it.
Congratulations.
Now people are just rolling in.
Yeah, can we have who's next?
We know the results of the Town of Stoneham Board of Health?
Well,
No?
we'd like to see the at-large results up again. Could you guys put the council at-large results up?
Apparently, little text I got, the mayor of Woburn, 14 years, lost tonight.
Really?
Seriously lost, yeah, to a new candidate. So there might be some changes. Sometimes you also see changes in kind of pendulum swinging at the local races first.
Yes.
If you go back over the last couple of years, you can kind of tell where a wave is coming. So it'll be interesting to see statewide where some of these local races go.
Yes.
And where incumbents fare, and where we see maybe some political spectrums changing.
Wonderful.
Before we bring the candidates up, can we have the graphics for the at-large race, please? There we go. Okay.
Jose Manuel.
Hey, how are we doing, my friend?
Welcome.
How's everyone? Good night, everyone.
Always
How are
smiling,
you?
my man.
Very good. Very good.
Jose, your numbers look pretty strong. I know you worked very hard at this, and you have, but your numbers are looking, every year, your numbers are looking stronger and stronger. Although the numbers haven't fully come in yet. So how you
Do you have a sense of where you are on the race yet?
Well, I was looking at the numbers, and I don't know if I'm number 5 or 6. I'm not sure, but I know my numbers are very strong.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to thank God Almighty for allowing me to run for office. It's been a tremendous experience. I want to thank my team. Great job that they done for me. My amazing wife next to me. Without her, this wouldn't be possible. I want to thank the voters who trusted me in the city of Lynn, even though the results that we see now is not what we expected. but I'm very satisfied. I'm very satisfied because we did a tremendous job. My team went outside and we went door knockings, thousands of doors, talking to so many amazing people in the city of Lynn. I'm very satisfied. And thank you from the bottom of my heart to the voters.
I think your numbers are very strong. You should feel good. It means, as another candidate said, the work does pay off. I think, you're not done yet, right?
Definitely not. Well, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but definitely the numbers pays off. And I think we did a great job. And my team did a great job. My family supported me. Can't ask for more.
¿En español?
Claro que sí. Le doy gracias a Dios, mi Dios Todopoderoso, por la oportunidad que me dio de correr una vez más para una posición en la ciudad. Estoy muy satisfecho con los números, aunque no pasamos, no ganamos, pero le doy gracias a mi gran equipo que me ayudó, a mi esposa Yesenia, que ha estado conmigo en todo momento, a ese gran equipo que me ayudó. Y estoy contentísimo porque aunque no estoy entre los primeros 4 para ser concejal, pero tenemos buenos números y creo que la gente nos ha estado apoyando. Yo quiero agradecer a los votantes, a la ciudad de Lynn, a todos esos votantes que han confiado en mí para darme esa cantidad de votos. Así es que estoy muy satisfecho. Me hubiese sido amazing poder ganar, ¿verdad? Pero me siento satisfecho porque el trabajo lo hicimos.
Sí, y se nota.
Gracias a ustedes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jose, you're one of the happiest candidates truthfully, just a gentleman and such a happy, positive message. Keep going. Every year you're doing better, your message gets out more, and your personality is just electric.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, life is too short. I have a wonderful family. Why not be happy, though?
We need more candidates like that. I like that.
The happy warrior.
Yes.
Don't worry, be happy.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I know it's not the result you want, but don't worry. There's always more opportunities.
All right.
Have a great night.
Buenas noches. Thank you for coming.
Okay, they're going to cycle through the results again. So
All right, great, because there's some text people want to know what's going on.
Yep, some people missed the results earlier, so. Okay, Councilor at Large.
Are these the final numbers?
I assume these are the final numbers. Is that correct?
That's what people are wondering. Is this the final numbers?
Go ahead. Why don't we?
Let's pretend it is.
These are final numbers.
These are the final numbers?
Yes,
so we've
they
had
are.
these numbers for a while.
Yes.
Wow.
We just didn't know
Just
it.
didn't know it.
Well, you've heard it here first folks, with us. So it looks like
LaPierre?
Brian
The incumbents.
LaPierre. Brian Field.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Councilor at Large, please. Okay. Brian LaPierre
top the ticket.
topped the ticket. Number 2 was Brian Field.
Yeah.
The third finisher was Nicole McLean,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is
Fantastic.
ran a very good campaign. 4th place is Hong Net, and Donnie Castle finished 5th, with Jose Encarnacion 6th, and Richard Felton. Did I miss somebody?
Garcia.
I missed Roger, I'm sorry.
You said Garcia, yeah?
Yeah, after
Yeah.
Encarnacion would have been
Yeah.
Roger Garcia, then Richard Felton.
It's so interesting because it's hard work, and if you want to do this, you have to run several cycles because Garcia came in so strong in the preliminaries, and I think he pulled back a little bit in the final, and Encarnacion picked up a number of votes. So it's just interesting how
Well, Dan will tell you,
name recognition
you don't realize.
Yeah, well,
means something.
You know,
Name
the name,
recognition.
just looking at the numbers, and at the end, Brian LaPierre, I was getting more mailings from Brian LaPierre than I think. The big, colorful,
Yeah.
big,
He spent a lot of money.
A lot of money. They were tailored to some wards.
I think they were tailored, yeah.
Yeah, he ran a good campaign.
And that's, when you run an at-large like that, you pick. What we would do is we would pick the precincts that in the wards we knew were going to have the biggest turnouts, and we would just, you knock, you drop,
Yeah, we
and
did
you mail them.
Even back when they did before electric lights, we did that
When the
too.
Pony Express delivered Joe Scanlon's pamphlets for mayor,
Yeah.
Actually, we had leaflet teams back then.
Demographics of the city, Dan, just interested, as the demographics of the city changes, put that in perspective, how...
Well, not just the
How did
demographics, but also the
should go back-
age,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
They want us to do the
campaigning.
school committee, so we got to get,
yeah.
can we get back to the school committee?
So these will be final as well for
Yes.
school committee?
Can you guys put the school committee back up? We can run through them. I know that's what you want to do. Okay.
All right, well, looks like Sean
Sean
Reed
Reed.
topped the ticket.
Yeah.
First-time
You
candidate.
worked hard,
Very hard.
Very hard.
but Sean knows this, he's been around
around.
a little
Lauren
bit.
Gately
Yeah, I'm glad
finished-
he's in there. Oh, Lauren could not be happier. I know that she is. And look at Lenny's
then
numbers,
Lenny,
Lenny,
as the young people say.
followed by
Strong
Andrew
and safe.
Siderwhite,
Brian.
followed by Brian Castellanos, followed by Eric Dugan.
So
two
did
new
we?
folks.
Is Magnolia in?
No.
It appears that in the
it
primary,
doesn't
she was in the
appear-
7th spot
Right.
as well. So
Yeah.
it
There's very
appears-
little change, I think, maybe in
Very
basic-
little.
from the primary to the preliminary, as it's technically called, to the final.
So Reed, Satterwhite,
Yeah.
terrific.
Congratulations to all of them. We have two new candidates, and they're fairly young candidates, and that's great. And
School committee is a very challenging position in this day and age, too.
it is going to get more challenging as well as.
So what's the female-male ratio? Is it just Gately and Satterwhite?
Typically it was more women than men on the school committee over
Yes,
the
now
years.
there's a little bit of a shift,
So there's
Interesting.
There'll be interesting.
right?
2 females and
Just
4
two,
males.
yeah,
Huh.
wow. All righty then. Yes, come on in.
Can we put up the graphic of the at large?
We didn't say that.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Hey.
Terrific to be
go.
here.
How's it, lads? How we
Representative
doing?
Magnolia, Councilor, good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Good evening. And thank you, Lynn. I guess thank you is in order.
Sweet.
I wanted to come down and really thank the voters of Lynn, and it feels really good to win this evening and continue the long-standing work. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't remember our great beloved Buzzy Barton this evening and everything that goes along with him. I'm very excited to be back on the council for the next term. I think it's going to be a really exciting opportunity, and I thank my colleagues, including Councilor Field, Councilor Nett, and Councilor McLean. And I wanted to say thank you to my family who I brought down, my wife Kelly, my sons Owen and Dylan.
Bring them down.
Come on in,
And come on
Come
and say
join your
hello, and they were a
dad.
little
I want
shy. And
I want to meet
Come
these
on
guys.
in.
you want to meet them, right?
You're getting
My
so
son
big.
Owen, right? He's
Yeah.
16. My wife Kelly, and my son Dylan. So we're really proud winners tonight.
Congratulations to all of you.
And we thank the city. We thank you guys for putting this on. We really want to thank across the city the love and support. It's been a challenging year, and it's nice to be back on top throughout the city. And I really just want to thank the residents of Lynn tonight. It's been great.
I remember when your kids were small.
Remember, Joe? Yes.
Now you're in perfect graph.
Yes, exactly. We're
excellent.
definitely we're doing that slope thing. So for sure, yeah.
So what's up for tonight? Are you going down to Merrill Ave? I mean, everyone else is.
Well, that was the theme 2 years ago, Coco, and we have to continue with
Well,
traditions.
I heard
Absolutely.
the DPW blocked the street off.
I think it is a block party on Merrill,
they
at
blocked it
least till
off.
2 in the
Oh
morning.
Oh my gosh, it's like Carnival down there.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. So
it
we'll be
says-
out and about. We'll be celebrating other colleagues' victories as well, and also to folks who ran. It may have come up a little short tonight, but that doesn't dissuade them
Well,
from
we just-
future runs. So it's going to be terrific.
It
The
is.
city's alive and well, and looking forward to the progress and working with Mayor Nicholson over the next 2 years.
Wonderful.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Brian.
Thank you for
for
having
the love
me.
of the city you have.
Go get something
Thank
good
you
to eat,
so
all
much.
right?
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, guys.
Congratulations.
evening.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Take tomorrow off. Don't go to school. That's
Already
okay.
plan on it, Rev. Thank you.
Oh, no, all right, you were the kids.
Oh, the kids?
Yeah, I know. You go to work.
Yeah, they already have, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I'll make sure Mrs. Cahill marks you there, present.
He's tardy.
He ran a very good campaign, I thought.
Yeah.
Very intense, as if he.
But that's what you had to do. So if you
Right.
look, I mean, just look at the numbers, and money doesn't mean everything because, but if you
it
look at the folks who
means
raised the
resources.
money and spent the money,
Yes.
they did the best. HongNet, wasn't the top 5 or even 6th fundraiser, But Hong's his own candidate, and
they-
Hong runs on being Hong. Nah, I mean, like
But
the happiest, nicest guy you could meet.
Yeah, but he didn't spend with Brian LaPierre spent, or Nicole McLean, and
Or Don Castle.
Castle. That's.
I think, he spent $2,000 as of October 31st for this race, and then you had, Councilor McLean spent $20. I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. But some people do need that.
That's what I am
Well, some
thinking
people
about
can,
how.
Yeah, Buzzy Barton didn't have to spend money either.
Buzzy was the best at it.
Yeah, I mean, probably initially he did, but he ran a campaign. I remember he had a campaign headquarters and all that.
But Buzzy was another candidate. Like he was just everyone. He was
But
a great guy.
after a while,
Citywide.
it's name recognition.
Yeah.
It's being known.
Exactly.
It's communicating with people.
Being authentic.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Lynn voters are pretty good at weeding out the less authentic folks.
Yeah.
They just want someone who understands what's going on.
And talks directly to them, not the BS or whatever,
All right. So,
or dishonest.
I'm getting tired of that
or
stuff.
dishonest.
The political speech where
Yeah.
people just say a bunch of things and none of
Or
it says
nothing.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna hang in here for a few more minutes in case some candidates come in. So
Great.
you feel free to make stuff up like you normally do.
Oh.
And if not, I'll bore you with old stories.
Oh no. Okay, let's
let's
make
not
some
do
stuff
that.
up.
But I wanted to give a shout out and a thank you to the people in the boiler room. They sent me a picture of Bob Pelchat, Rosario Fresco, Harry McCabe, Sarah Johnson, Charlene Shagnon. Sounds like the Housing Authority.
It's pretty much that. And the Lynn Community Television
Lynn
folks.
Community
We have
Television
some
people,
amazing
yeah.
people here who are doing our camera action.
We have Riley is here, Josh, Danny.
Seth. Yep.
Seth is wandering around someplace.
They airbrushed me to make myself tanner and made you
And
Joe look alive.
Pedro and Dick Coppinger down here, they all make it happen.
It's a great organization.
Yeah, well, see, I'm very proud to be associated with it, and it's really something, people understand that in this day and age with newspapers not having the circulation and people getting their news from Facebook and social media, it's so important to have these meetings are broadcast live, that people can see what's going on in their local government. Because otherwise you wouldn't know what happened.
No.
So-
And sorry, you go.
I'm getting word another candidate's coming in.
I was going to mention something that you had said earlier about demographics and how the
Yeah.
city's shifting with the young folks. They're not getting mailings. They don't want mailings.
Yeah.
They want text, they want Instagram, they want TikTok, they want Snap, and that's something that candidates have to adapt to.
Correct.
So we have
In multi-languages, too.
Indeed.
yeah, we have a candidate entering the
I didn't mean to
room. Okay. School committee man. Oh,
Welcome.
Eric Dugan.
Eric Dugan, yeah, thank you. So thanks for running the show, and I don't know if it's official yet, but...
They just found 500 ballots.
All right, so I'm
I'm
not
very
official,
bad
so
for
I'm
you.
going to go home now. All right.
They were all bullets for someone else. I'm sorry, Eric.
Who else? Yeah.
How embarrassing. No,
I know. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? I show up here and it's not official. But anyway, thank you to my family and all my supporters and Tiffany too. Tiffany is that one hits. That one hits. So I appreciate all her efforts and everything she's done, and so she'll be missed. Looking forward to another term and the newness of everything. We have a new super. We have a new. A lot of new directors and things, so looking forward to working with everybody and kind of bringing my expertise to that. So,
Eric, what was the biggest thing you learned in your first cycle of all of this?
The biggest thing I learned in my first cycle of all this.
public television.
This is live
Remember
public
that.
television. I think probably just kind of getting out in the community a little bit more before I make those votes. I got burnt on one. I think not burnt, but I made a vote, and I think I got a little kickback from it, and I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
I think I got slapped on the wrist, and I learned my lesson, and you move forward. So I think that's a great question.
And
Thank you.
I think that's
probably
also
it.
the sharpest T-shirt I've seen in politics.
This
in a
was
long time.
This was Simi
The
Anderson
colors-
actually helped me with this
the
one.
colors
So
are pretty-
appreciate Simi. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah. So like I said, just thank you to my family, and they've been putting up with a lot since March, and my sons and my wife and my in-laws and my father's been and his buddy, Mr. Farley, have been at Briarcliff Lodge in the morning.
Every morning holding that sign.
Yeah, Bartles and James, those two guys, yeah, they're the best. So, you know, it's good in the sense that it brings people together with me and kind of gives me a nice moment with my dad, and so that's nice. So,
And it's
you know,
good.
that is good. Yeah. So
One thing you do learn is running for school committee or councilor at large is how big this city is.
This city is
so
huge.
big.
Yeah, I've got some sore hamstrings from walking around. The city is huge. So yeah, you do learn that. It's you know, I live up in Ward 1, and there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it. And I think actually that I've learned that as well. So
Yeah,
you know,
that's one thing you do learn, I think, being in office too, is how diverse, how large the city is, and how many people are here.
How many streets there are?
How many streets?
How many streets?
hills?
How many people don't have street numbers on their houses?
Staircases.
Oh, dogs.
Don't bring your dogs. I brought my dogs on
Dogs.
Sunday. Hongnet, maybe if he comes by, I can tell you the story. Yeah, it was-
I got chased by a dog down the street once, broke his chain. I howled like you wouldn't believe. It was unbelievable.
So, but anyway,
Well,
thank
get
you.
some
Yeah,
rest.
thank you for all you're
Get
doing.
some
and
rest.
I
Wonderful.
will. Yeah, I got to get up and teach third grade. I think I said this last time too.
Wonderful.
So
Okay.
teach
Thank
third
you.
grade again tomorrow. So
All
anyway,
right.
thank you everybody. See you later.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
You know, just if I have just one moment, I did want to say a few things just before we left,
Okay.
about Councilor
Just-
Barton.
I just got word that we're going to be posting the official results on our website, linntv.org.
Fantastic.
So
Great.
if
You
any,
put it on your socials too?
what?
Joe has a political fans only page. Or OnlyFans? Yeah. Where he just shows pictures of himself in political speeches. And it's going to be wildly popular. You're going to start getting checks like crazy. You might want to show your feet
No,
once in a while,
I think
too.
what I'll probably do better with that than you will as a comedian. So,
Well, you know, there's always...
yeah, but I understand you throw them out there, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't.
I think about...
We could
think out there knows what
probably
I'm talking
get
about.
back to substance. How's that?
No, I think we're actually...
We're melting down. I just want to thank...
I think we're going to have to sign off.
Just wanted to thank
Great, let's
Councilor
sign
Barton. I
off.
just want to thank Councilor Barton. I would be
Please.
remiss if I didn't say that.
We
A dear friend of
agree.
mine. It was very difficult to not see his name on the ballot.
Yeah.
And I just want to thank him and his family and for all he's done for a lot of people in the city of Lynn. He is and remains to be very sorely missed. But
Indeed, I agree.
I remember Buzzy. He was a few years behind me in high school, I believe, and I knew him more from politics than from anything. We weren't always on the same side in the council at large race or for mayor or something like that, but he's a guy that you could always like, and never a bad word about him. And I know he was a very good firefighter. My father always spoke very highly of him as a firefighter. So, you know, he will be missed in Lynn. So.
He is missed in Lynn. Pat's still around. She's still doing her thing, keeping the family connected to the political aspects of our city. I appreciate her, love her dearly. So I think we should be thankful that she's still around and willing to engage with all of the city issues.
And they all carry the mother's legacy.
All day long.
correct.
Their mother was phenomenal.
Well, as Buzzy would say, motion to adjourn.
Yep. So, it's good.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Congratulations to everyone.